That isn't.
My pet.
Boy! Happy summer, everyone! My name is JC, and welcome to the Lunar 8 Genshin Impact. Oh, you thought it was the meme number update to say, but you'll be like this on the screen. Yeah, that number. Before the new banners rolling starting, this is the last update before area in upcoming is upon us. Just make it clear, if you want to skip for segment here, go for the timeline for feeling ready to start new banner. But first, a lot of changes is going on in the...
I don't sing for anyone in particular.
Yeah, I don't know why we're doing Columbina, but
I hope it
what
provides a moment of
is
peace for all
Columbina
the
doing at Fontaine here? At this tire boss? Well, this is the spot we're gonna use. And this is a be a good subject if using Columbina as a... I don't know. It might be a hilarious idea from that time. Normally, it was supposed to be on top of that or some sort, or jumping on the thing was a action. But I'd rather watching the mechanic kick here and some sort. But this is poor time to sleep. But yeah. So the buzz with chosen characters you might be something familiar with, or will be determined on later after the new banner is up. So this is the place we're going to use to locate it for exactly. It's kind of like a full circle for the origin story until now. If you watch animated video called The Final Gift on Genshin Impact animation video, a lot of stuff going on in the lots of previews and stuff, but I suggest you check it out for this. Alright, let's talk about this new banner was upcoming. So if you want to go skip it, I suggest you go click here on this timeline here to explain it. What is going to be a new patches will be portents very soon, because there's two more important event was gonna be. We're gonna do a Fontinalia festival some other time, and then we're going to see the moon. Not the moon I'm looking for, but it's up there on the close of the sun. But no, not the sun we're looking there. Come on, man. I thought it was like, oh, there's a moon on the side, but no, it's a sunshiny day. Yeah, so we have an added something in particular will be determined later or something.
Every day.
So
don't worry about me.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, okay. Call a beta. It is no time to gazing up some sort, so let's jump it right here. But remember, if you want to skip it for the info about the new mechanic, skip it right here, right now. But we might have to get this one too, including with the moon. We got some test runs. We got another music one and summer one. That thing too, yeah. Okay. Now it's time for banners. Sandrone is making a debut, while Sirali is coming back again after, like, how many times they had in particular time. So this is a perfect opportunity. And of course, we have a new weapon called a Teaspoon of Transcendence. That'll explain it for a bit later. And this one will come back later after this. But first, let's talk about a teaspoon of Transcendence. It's a crit damage claymore. Attack increases of 28%. Additionally, if you have a charge attack, they attend Transcendence for a short time. Their stellar conduct damage increase 16% for 5 seconds. A very useful thing, and will be upcoming info later about the stellar conduct, and another previous one. The previous one will be later as well. So this is the first one I'm gonna use. The stellar conduct, as I mentioned it, will info later as well. But I'm not gonna tell you in the next segment for this one. But this is a good weapon for anyone if you want to use Sandrone for starters if you want. But if you want to use Fremine, it's a good choice. But it's a increase it from some sort by stellar conduct for a short time. I think both of them will be good. So I'm gonna try with this for that. So we're gonna roll this one later. And now it's time to see what is the new banner looks like for a limited time. This is called a Lightrace Wish. Lightrace Wish is the only available time with some new buff characters and some weapons, if you called. That's because of the last previews of the Chronicle Wish banner, because why is it Wriothesley's not part of it? Because he's saving up for something later for the who might be encounter with. So that makes sense. He will be joining up for something with the forces with Cyno, Yae Miko, and the standard character like Qiqi. And why is it Yumemizuki Mizuki in this part of the prophecy? That is another one for later as well. If you've seen Stellar Conduct, and then there's another new mechanic in the future. So we'll see what happens. And of course, if I'm gonna get if selection, if those like Sunny Morning Sleep In or something, we're gonna get another pole arms because we're running out of those ideas. But if I want to use the catalyst or sword, I'm gonna go with this. It might be a good idea to use for Wriothesley or any weapon like those ones. But this is the only one character who knows with the catalyst was this. Wriothesley is really good if you're very good at it. But yeah, this is the only one we have available. And this one, I might need this one as well. If someone has a Scarlet Sand with Elemental Mastery, it's gotta be Cyno's. Sure, it might be good gains it as a bonus attack. And it is a really good handy for that one. So I'm gonna go with Staff of Scarlet Sands. Similar for like in Chronicle Wish, but this is a little bit a miniature of the Chronicle Wish, but because if I didn't see the screen, it's called Lightrace Wish. Yes, Lightrace Wish is only for the limited time to get this if you don't have any characters. I rather suggest do not go with it. Either have Yumemizuki Mizuki or Qiqi. But if you try your luck with those three, good luck with that to win 50-50. Try this. If you win like the first 50-50, you won like this one, or you lost to this one or that one, or even worse than this or that one, I suggest risk on your gambling for that one. A very, very risky to do this, but you get the point. But stick around with Qiqi with this one, but if you kiss lucky with that one, I'm still getting those. Okay, dokie. I know this is like a for Sandrone is gonna be ready. So the last time we did is we rolling at low hand before. If I takes a while to loading right there. What's going on here? This will take a while. One sec. Yep, here he is. Okay, currently this is number 3 because we got him already. But here's the thing. Are they gonna lose again or win? I was gonna say 2 in a row for 150-50, but this is gonna be a good result right there, but I'm not sure. But we have enough for this one. If I am gonna get this in no time, I'm hopefully we're getting even more because I'm not sure if Femine has one more for C6. The rest of them has other C6 full max right now. It could be a chance, but who knows? Let's start with the got it already, so it's 2. So because we got in this one, so let's start with 12. The first of that Sandrone banner of the 10 is... Oh. Actually, they got already with full max. My bad. Okay, so everything is gonna be required. Everything I tell you. Yeah, 20. Alright. I did get even more for this. Babonia sword. Great sword-ish. Okay. 30. And no. And still Feminine. Alright. 40. No. Bonus Warbow. And make it 52. It makes even better. No. Well, I guess time for a little surprise to mention it that time. So we're gonna get this. This is a saving enough grace. If didn't get loose or anything, it's over. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So it's 52. 62! No. Still Fremine. Yippee. 72. Bomber again with Beidou. 82 for Angers. I think it's guaranteed, right? I think so. That is a guaranteed. 73. 74.
I hate self-introductions. If you're supposed to know me, you'll get to know me naturally. And if you're not, why waste the time and energy? But, very well. For the sake of etiquette, I'll humor you just this once. Behold, before you stands Marionette, 7th of the Fatui Harbingers.
75! Yay! Alright. That's 2 in a row so far. Currently, I'm on my way to 4, but I thought we're gonna lose that or some sort. I guess this got Edgar will works. Edgar management wins via therapy. We got Diona 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah! We got her right now, folks. Sandrone is fucking with their team. I guess this is the right spot with the boss area. It was a quick, risky move, but I thought so we're going to move, but we have enough to next patch for the new area. Yeah, I'm so excited. But this is everything right now in particular time. I want to do it before Set Ollie, but I rather not. Because I already did it from New Year's Eve. If you missed it, but oh boy. Better safe than sorry, but I'm not gonna do it rolling. But if I wanted to get this on the entire time, I suggest plan it well and pick your poison, I guess. But man, this is gonna be a lot of things for Sandrone.
You received an invitation? Judging by the envelope. Oh, it must be from Sandrone. Looks like we've been invited to a tea party. Paimon can't wait. Come on, let's go.
Oh yeah, I forgot if you join it with the Sandrone at this time, they receive a special quest or something. Yeah. It's already complete if your Sumer Fontinalia experience. So this will be later when the time comes for this one. So we'll hold it for now. But welcome to the another Harbinger team. Look at that. 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 Oh yeah. This is a great time for this time for Sandrone. But before we go to the next event, there's another thing I mentioned it earlier, was this one. Is Sirali's outfit just arrived. New character outfits. And it looks cute. Not gonna lie. You know what? Sold.
You're drunk. You have to be. Can I even wear this outside?
Wow! Especially the... Oh, wow. That's mega cute, to be honest. Oh my gosh! That is a mega cuteness right there. But, yeah. So, we'll come back in the Fontinalia event later, but the time I'm so happy this is the last character before a new character in new area, but we'll be right back in just getting progress with Sandrone and maybe some other things in particular. But I'll see you in Fontinalia Festival and can't wait. And I'll be right back again in more information later, but one way to good sit down, huh, Sandrone? Alright, let's go to the next segment then, or what is surprising with the another with this. I'll be back with a PNG some other time, or pop streaming camera. So, let's see what you mean. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay. Today is a very special thing, just as similar from last time, known as the Witch's Homework, if you know it. So, those characters are gonna be this buff characters, if I call it. There's something called the new mechanic has been told you about something really related to. Last time we have a Lunar Charge for the first time was in before Nutcry era, and at the end of the Natlands era, for if you know that, but story spoilers. And now they have additionally have a Lunar Bloom and Lunar Crystallize. Like Lunar Bloom is like the similar from the if you have a Hydro and Dendro with some team with that, and you might be thinking this is the similar for that one. And Lunar Crystallize is the most surprising was the when you have a Hydro and Geo at the same time, sometimes they have a little geo shards to continuously attack, especially if you have anything for some particular good team. So they have a two new mechanics similar. They're called Stellar Conduct and Stellar Swirl, but Stellar Swirl is gonna be upcoming the next patch later. So yeah, if we want to talk about in the Stellar Swirl about it, we're gonna talk about in 7.0 later, if you know. So we're focused on Stellar Conduct first. That info was what gonna use on what team should be the most important is there's gonna be a lot of changes is going on. So to want to skip it from through the event over here, go right ahead. But this is the one more important thing to check the timelines. If you want to skip it, it's okay. We gonna certainly we can talk about what's gonna happen in very very simple thing, but I forgot to change my party. 1 second for that, and I'll explain it. We're gonna do a roll call. I know this is like the witch's homework can handle it for some sort. If you want to go start it right away, but I have to remind you for this is there's gonna be the next one I'm gonna be in particular time later. So if you wanna check it out on twitch.tv or Isuku Mega 7, that we're gonna start with a very special event quest. You might be something familiar with her, but I'm not gonna tell the story spoilers ahead. And especially I'm gonna do with the recording time on somewhere at the time, either on the in the next one. So I'll explain it why, because we're gonna do in particular time. So you know what's gonna do. Okay, let's start with the roll call. For the first ever was Diona. Diona has a little bit change of some sort. If you summon her on during on the witch's revelations, there's a new passive. It's gonna be 20 seconds after skills, and she will fire a Cryo Kitten coordinated attack for every 3.5 seconds when the allies for Superconduct, Stellar Superconduct, and Cryo Swirl. But like I said, Cryo Swirl will be either later for some sort with the a very special updated, but they add a Cryo Swirl too if you have a team with something like the next character that important to. But her change at the C6 will additional add 25% max HP, and her Radiant State will get ultimate 40% boost for either team with Superconduct, Stellar Superconduct, and Cryo Swirl to the active characters with using some sort of like a boost we can make it some sort like for example, if you wanted to go with healing, I suggest you stay on the range with any character like any animal character or Electro character. It's a worse boost with the same HP regen, so it's a nice thing to change to Diona's specialty. Comes a little bit surprised, but I can't resist her for this. This is so thank you for that one. So I suggest Diona fans out there, give it a try, and what do you think this is going to be better than the original one? So that would be some really new buffs for her. So I'm so happy for her for this, but yeah. Beidou, the 4-star character Electro, has been started with the standard all the way for the now, but the buff is just only just a little bit increased of some sort. So Her stacks with skill state without getting hit, that's a good thing. Also, with stacks reduces cooldown for 4 seconds, it gives her energy, and it wait for every 15 seconds applicable for every single time when the stack reduces, it gains 8 energy for 4 seconds, so how long is gonna take? If it might be a really good thing, it has more buffs than this one, is the C6. Electro Shred, her ult reduces, I'm sorry, but my language is harder, but her ult reduces 15% cryo resistance and 200 EM is elemental mastery are added info to active character. So it's kind of a bit small buff for her, but it's still powerful, okay? But if you want to check it, this Beidou character, I recommend it to get her immediately on the standard when everyone's in the team. It might be additional if you want to go to the visit. I might get and see info later. Think about it. This is like a little electro tank shred that's buffing a little bit. And I used a recent play for like Beidou's, like using as a puzzle, if you know that. But yeah. Plus, remember I told you it reflects the attack and it costs you counter attack. Might be coming handy. If you want to use an Electro for the puzzles and you want to use this from defend to counter attack, this is your go-to and part of the puzzle. If you mention it, if you see anything Electro related, it might be the second best thing than Amber's the puzzle solver. That this is the second puzzle solver to ever case. Next, I pull a Qiqi. Yeah, I just really don't have to say, but Qiqi is tons of buffs now. Yes. Her passive will skill cooldown will duration are both 50 seconds, 0 downtime, and when it's active, party members can deal even more superconduct, stellar superconduct, and cryo swirl by 50% even more. What's amazing can use per buff in anything just in particular in time. So the changes are the skills are the created attacks when she's on field or other off field characters will during the HP regen and increase the talisman even more per regeneration. That means if Qiqi is on the field, he gets heal frenzy and more reaction damage. But in the other outfield, they additional added as well without with off field on the Qiqi off the field and switch it. And her burst might be something will added with the stellar counter reaction if you have a Sandrone on their team, or either specific any stellar superconduct team. So let's say if you have a wants to healing and more reaction, I suggest you using any Electro characters with some Sandrone as on the field if you wanna use it herb. So that makes us a super healing tank machine frenzy that is called. Because I have the full C6 right now, so if you have a C1 already, you have regen for extra 6 energy, especially in her field itself, and if not all field for characters, but it only her field itself an on field that it gets even more like energy recharge boosted. That would be good. 50% attack while radiant is going to be on C2 if you get anything for Qiqi. Talisman in additional heal for ally for the lowest HP priority character before HP regen for teammates if you have a C4. Yes, especially if you have a lowest HP, like, for example, any character has a priority, and then you get back to the HP regen per balance per teammates per second. This is might be getting there for C4. Oh jeez, she's like a more trouble than this. And if you have a C6 already, she gives her ult for 4 stacks. Each stack increases 1 instant for ally stellar superconduct reaction damage by any attacks. For her attacks, it might be thinking, why she gonna need something for boost? Like, oh, and it might be additional on the team if you have something with other teams with like, oh, you have some sort. Plus, if you can help us with the like a super Barbara talent right here to revive one person, and similar for Columbinas too. Yeah, so we have 3 characters on the who has auto revive by teammates. So this is the first ever standard with a 5-star, and then first ever 4-star revive, and then this is a second 5-star is the Colombina is might be needed for like, oh, you need a reviving team with one more, so that way he was gonna say, oh my goodness, this is like indestructible revival team in every case they need it. But if you have him one more team, either some sort that will be broken, and then be some gaining up some sort. That will be interesting to see it. Next is Yumemizuki Mizuki. Yeah, this is kind of odd for this one for Mizuki. Is she's taking part of this witch's revelation, but I see what's going on for her for this one. Okay, her passive can swirl triggers now increase damage. Her animal attacks boost up her 1000% on EM and 10% to allies for her skill state. Now we have a C1. If you have debuff of enemies will now remove when it takes swirl damage, including with the 1000 increases EM, and enemies will take additional hit animal for another EM for this. Skill state will added, except Geo and Dendro by 20%, almost elemental shreds. This is might be a broken character, and yeah, be careful with using like Pyro, Hydro, Electro, and Cryo. It might be elemental shreds for everything. This is might be the go-to. Geodendro doesn't mix because I don't know why. But I don't think we're not gonna find which one is gonna combination those, so we'll figure out later. Now C4 has a Yumemizuki has her ult added into additional heal a low HP ally character. Yes, when someone in the low character has more lowest, she would get more additionally added for the like, oh, they're gonna increase a little bit, so that's a good thing for sure. And if you get this on C6, you will increase 20% crit rate and 80% crit rate damage based on EM. So it might be thinking, oh, this might be a good boost up for Mizuki. But a bit nerf a little bit, but some changes buffing a lot of things. So yeah, because I'm sad there's gonna be like no more removal on debuffing anything. Is kind of serious things we have. I don't know what was gonna do with a very situation on Mizuki, but I have a feeling she's gonna be the next ever patch in the called Stellar Swirl and Super anything in this particular, but we'll come back later in the next patch, so keep an eye on the updates for this one. So it's gonna be good thing for Mizuki has a very very free character at the added shining starting chance, but she likes it. And but you know, kind of idea to use it. All right, let's talk about Cyno's buff for this one. There are two passives modes right now in for Cyno. If you want to do something in together on this particular, so both passives are unlocked now. Is going to be added Stellar Superconduct will direct damage when it's radiant state, and EM scaling will add it with either Stellar Superconduct or enhance it with EM of Cynos. Yes, EM scaling, it might be for added for Stellar Superconduct, might be a good way for to use it. Now let's talk about the changes on the C1. His ult will gain Rising Sun together, meaning their incoming character, if you swap for that, including the 200 EM, might be use it for emergencies, but off field is the only best way can use. Like explaining now, we're gonna use another for C2. They give up a 50% stellar superconduct damage when the characters when they use normal and charged attacks. It was like, what? You give up for the stellar superconduct if you switch characters? Like if you switch on Cyno while it's an alt, and then after that use the chip damage and swap it with either with, like, for example, low hand if of some sort, but or either next character were coming up. Yeah, it was really good, but when it's a C4 Rising Sun together, we'll get also 20 energy while doing some characters doing Electro related reactions, such as the would have Hydro Electro, we will have Cryo Electro, or even a Pyro Electro for reacting the reaction for that. If you have a C4, you get 20 energy for your reward, but yeah, this is a good thing we have. But C6, oh yikes. It will additional have a C6 bolts, because if you have doesn't have any bolts, C6 is the last resort you might think will get additional bolts attacks. Like you can see similar for using a Traveler's Electro ult. If you use this with the one way to use it with the additional would have a super stellar conduct damage is gonna be interesting. So that way, since the result is gonna be a good way and bad way. So the good way, if you get a Cyno main master who gets really required, I suggest it was worth it. But the bad way is you gotta need a lot of times to get the Cyno or either some other next rerun characters. Yikes. I suggest go get in this in particular, but what costs this money right now? Yeah, I don't know why they give it some costly. If you know what's going on in the buffs or anything we any directly for some sort. Oh man. Next character, there's gonna be a good one. It's Wriothesley. Wriothesley is they're gonna be a broken character in the world right now. So here's why. New passive is unlocked. If you have a normal attack increases more damage, Stellar Superconduct will alongside with special charge with 30% bonus. So if you have a C1 Wriothesley, you increase even more damage. With his 5th normal attack will increase damage for 5 seconds. Same thing it's on the C2 from the new passive, but increase even more for what is a radiant state, but it's not a radiant. His will get even more normal and charge attacks by several damage per starts. And then C4 is for the attack for speed buffs from earlier, but they added a reduction for the damage when it's radiant state, and both buffs will become permanent really soon if you pay attention for that one. And especially if you have a C6, normal attacks and charge will get crit buffs, while the fifth one, a normal attack, will be triggered an icicle damage. Kind of like similar from the polearm, if you mentioned it with for dragon spine, but it's the same mechanic, but it's different with using a fist like Wriothesley, and it's gonna use for if you have a C6. Oh boy, that is a very, very super powerful character, and it can heal himself even more further. That might be a good time to use Wriothesley's main up there, because I use him every single time, and then sometimes I switch some characters, because Zhongli was the first one I'm using for the throughout this journey, and then I got the second time with Ace Kazuha, and now this will be the third one. Yeah, that Wriothesley might be a very good punch for this one, because yeah, I love that this is used like a bad to the bone in a good way. It's like good intense fights. And finally, Yae Miko. Yae Miko has more changes for every time we use it. So let's explain this. Her passive now has 3 skill foxes uses, and skills again with trigger additional electro hit when her radiant state will react to stellar superconduct damage. Increases in more duration with her skills with radiant with the stellar superconduct. That is a big change up. However, it's get even more change up for this. Superconduct and stellar superconduct damage will allies gain electro damage for 40% and stellar superconduct damage bonus for 40% in 8 seconds bonus, including refreshing. That means you can get any time whenever you're using that skill, and she might be a powerful tool. Like, if have a C2 Yae Miko, and the captive character will get up to 200 EM. In the C4 changes for this one, she will give you 8 energy for 5 seconds and automatically use all damage for the guaranteed, but very useful for something with ER balance or super ER if you very careful, including with some crits. This might be a broken support for this one. I suggest get your ER ready and get it ultimate damage right now to get even more faster. And also has C6 has stellar superconduct reaction will get 150% crit damage. Yikes! For C6 fans out there, I suggest get grinding on Yae Miko, especially if you want to use her on every single time. Oh boy, this is amazing to see. But oh my, Yae Miko, why you get yourself into the divination on the way to this scenario? And now Fontaine will be coming up later. I am not sure we're gonna pass it on with this thing. So we'll see what happens now to requirements. So I'm not sure we get Sandrone will get a boost yet very soon, but I'll show you at the end of this video before ends. But we'll see if I have a Sandrone's abilities, what it looks like. But maybe I can check this out very soon. But Sandrone will get even more next time we're gonna go. So I was gonna do in next one is we're gonna do in one last thing before what's coming up in next patch. So we'll see you at the moon area, but but it will take a while to get there in a long time. So maybe I can help us with very very long time. But and in the meantime, hope you enjoy with some a footage from the film festival, Fontanian Film Festival, during on twitch.tv Arizo Omega 7, and see what's happening is gonna be a very, very certain for a while. But you get the point. I'll see you at the moon. Not the actual moon around there, but actual moon area underground to talk about it, and we'll see what's gonna happen next in the future. I'll be right back. Okay, we're in the final location before we end this up is the moon. But before we can start with the hey prune 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 okay prune, I know you want to find a spot to sit on, but this is no time for that. Anywho, like I was saying, we're here at the moon location. If you pay attention for the story spoilers, this is actual traveler's spaceship. If you check this one on the previous video, go right ahead to say this is from the ones we have some boosted up for the whatever the cryos and everything at once. So yeah, this is the one we found the spaceship because Columbina, the Hydro Arc, the Darkrai Archon will be safe landing and then safe from the moon, and this is a good spot for that. And the spaceship is now included with some keep it safe, so that's in case if we get any danger. So if you wanted to go check it out in the Sumer Fontinalia, is it Sunny Summer Fontanian Festival, go right now so to see we're starting on with the first ever few minutes gameplay, and then there's just a lot of things besides like there's a business and there's lots of little mini games. It's just similar from the last previous Fontaine Festival where there's business and stuff. We're starting with Navia did a rules in it, and they visit in from Natlet was Ifa, Auroran, Kinich, and what's this guy's name? Or yeah, Auroran, Kinich, and Ifa are those three ones, and especially the businesses are Baressa and the other Fontaine guests, if we mention it. Drew the voiceless for a long time ago, and now this is gonna be interesting to watch. If you want to watch it, go right it right now. Okay, now I'm gonna see what are they up to for to be a part of this event.
See? Told you they'd be here.
Oh, it's Yuri and Farina too!
Happy Fontinalia Festival!
Hydro Archon above! If it isn't my darling camera operator and clapper loader! A very happy Fontinalia Festival to you as well!
I'm guessing you came back to celebrate with us?
Yep. And how about two? Even though the last festival had some unexpected hiccups, making the film was still super fun. Since you're all here together like this, you must be planning on entering the competition, right?
Of course! A celebration of the entertainment industry. No one who's anyone would choose to sit this one out. It only happens once a year, after all.
Fontaine Fashion Week might be more my speed, but the film festival brings in a lot of orders and boosts brand recognition, so I wasn't going to miss out either.
A few new awards have been added this year, too. Best Director, Best Costume Design, oh, and Best Camera Operation.
Ooh.
Sounds like we've got work to do.
Hey, that's my line, Paimon.
What's Musketeer Pictures film gonna be about?
Oh, about that.
What's wrong, Xavier? What's with that look? Oh, man. You weren't scammed by some shady investor again, were you?
No. Even I'm not naive enough to fall for something like that again.
Okay.
Besides, thanks to the fine people here, Musketeer Pictures has more than enough funds to shoot without investors.
And yet problems persist.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, we were planning to replicate our past success and shoot a film based on a popular novel. But as we were holding auditions for the female lead earlier today, a striking young mademoiselle wandered in by accident. Her disposition was simply ethereal, the look in her eyes somewhat melancholic. Oh, I wish you could have been there. The awe I felt can scarcely be put to words.
Huh. Sounds like she made quite the impression. Don't you think, Xavier?
You had to be there, friend. No matter where she stood, it was as if her surroundings, even the air itself, turned into the perfect shot.
Guess you found your lead actress then?
No, quite the opposite. My script is entirely unworthy of her.
I'm sure it's not that bad.
I fear it is. Nevertheless, I couldn't help but approach the mademoiselle to ask about her background and what brought her to Fontaine.
What did she say?
Sadly, she said her best friend was gone. After returning to her own homeland not too long ago, she decided to visit where her friend was from to remember them better.
Oh, no wonder she looked sad.
Yes, but that's when it struck me. Why not cast her as the lead in a film centered around her search for this old friend?
Huh? You're gonna rewrite the whole script? But is there even enough time? Isn't the prep work super complicated? We might not finish.
Think about the difficulties we faced with the two Musketeers. We had to start from scratch back then, too. I'd say we're ahead of the game this time.
Guess so, but
But
Don't worry, Paimon. Chiori and I have evaluated the proposal, and we support Xavier's decision.
I won't really need to start on the costumes until the cast is finalized, so it's not too much extra work for me.
Oh, fair mademoiselles. How can I ever thank you?
Finishing the script would be a start.
ooh.
Compared to a commercial popcorn flick, I do prefer the idea of shooting a more artistic film. One that leaves a profound and lingering impact in the hearts of the audience.
I agree. True trendsetters are the people who dare to go against the grain.
wow! Leave it to Director Farina to have a vision. Honestly, though, the artistic passion of everyone at Musketeer Pictures is inspiring. Anyway, now that we've heard so much about this lead actress, Paimon's gotta know who it is! Ah! Columbina! What are you doing here?
Columbina?
Hello. I was just walking past when I heard you talking about me, so I came over.
Huh? You know Miss Columbina?
Of course! Wait a second. Does this mean Columbina is the actress who inspired the whole rewrite?
Quite a few things are starting to make sense.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Wait, so did you make the trip by yourself, Columbina?
Yes. I mentioned how I wanted to visit other nations once things settled down in Notcry, remember? So I went to the curatorium to ask Never for advice. She told me about the film festival in Fontaine and said it might be fun to visit. I spoke to Lauma before I left too, and she thought it was a great idea to get out for a bit. It's just, I received quite different travel advice from the two of them.
Oh? How so?
Well, Lama told me to go out and experience new things and make new friends.
What a wonderful suggestion. That's how a trip should be.
What about Nefer?
She said, don't trust anyone and don't talk to strangers.
Yep, that sounds like her.
I can understand that too. It shows this Nefer cares about you a great deal, Miss Columbina.
Yes, so I plan on combining their advice. All I need to do is turn strangers into friends, and then I can talk to them.
Huh. That kinda makes sense. But also, not.
Hey, Chiori. Oh, look who's back. Happy Fontinalia Festival, you two.
Hey, Chaverus.
Oh, looks like we have a superstar in our midst. How about an autograph, Big Shot?
Ha ha, very funny.
Oh no.
All settled then?
Yep, the Duke gave his blessing, and I cleared it with the Udex. During the festival, inmates with good behavior will get a chance to spend some time on the outside.
Under the stringent supervision of the Special Patrol, of course.
Wriothesley! It's been a while! Happy Fontinalia Festival!
Does that mean Veronique and her brother will be at the festival?
During a specific window of time, sure. Doesn't hurt to give the inmates something to look forward to. A little sun'll do them some good, I think. This is a friend from your travels, I'm guessing. Thought I heard something along those lines.
Right! We should make some introductions, huh? Chevros, Wriothesley, this is Columbina, a friend we met in Nagrai.
Welcome to Fontaine, Miss Columbina. I bet the weather's been quite an adjustment.
Yeah.
And not the good kind, I take it.
No, I quite like it. It's a lot warmer than Nodcry.
Then what was the punch for?
Oh, should I not have done that? The flowers that bloom here are so vibrant, and the people are so kind. I just wanted to become friends as fast as possible.
Ah, so that was meant as a gesture of friendship. Is that right, Miss Columbina?
Mm-hmm. Isn't that what friends do?
Right. Might have been a bit premature in this instance, though. Your friend here is quite the character.
He does, get out much.
Good thing we said something. You weren't seriously gonna go around punching every single person on Fontaine, were you?
Oh, no punching allowed.
Just the ones I wanted to be friends with.
That's not... what Paimon's trying to say is, maybe keep the punches to a minimum until after you're friends with someone.
If you say so.
You're quite the character, Miss Columbina.
So, are we friends?
Of course. Any friend of the Traveler is a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, he's a softie. Yeah. Honestly, love the friendship punch. It would be everything with this entire point. He's be a good charge for taking care of some beautiful in Fontaine, since with the missing in action. So yeah, that signs of friendship with your bestest of pals and or your whatever friend. But life lesson, kids.
When it comes to friends, you sure know how to pick 'em.
Yeah.
So Miss Columbina is the lead actress I've been hearing so much about. The whole thing about her aura is starting to make more sense.
You gonna be part of the film this time too, Chevros?
That was the plan. But now that Mr. Xavier has changed the direction, I don't think I'm in quite as many scenes. It's all for the best, though. A different crew asked me to help consult on some of their musket work.
Oh, sounds like our trusty musketeer is as popular as ever.
I'm just going where I'm needed. I'm more than willing to help with whatever this production needs as well.
Ah, well, speaking of, would you happen to know if there are scenic locations around the court of Fontaine that other crews haven't booked?
The festival's pretty popular this year, so there's not a lot left. You might just have to talk it over with the other productions and see if they'll let you squeeze in here and there.
I see.
Having trouble finding a filming location?
Yes, we made a last-minute decision to go down a different route, so the indoor locations we reserved are no longer a good fit. And it looks like all of the best outdoor spots have been taken.
You know, I might know a place. Good views, good atmosphere, and no production team has snatched it up.
That sounds perfect! Where is it?
You want me to reveal it just like that? Come on, let it be a surprise.
As much as that sounds riveting, I think we should divide and conquer. You go do that, and Director Farina and I will take Miss Columbina around the city to discuss lighting and styling. Is that all right with you, Miss Columbina?
Traveler?
Go ahead.
Yeah, everyone here is our friend. So don't worry about a thing and just focus on enjoying your trip.
Okay.
All right, then the Traveler and I will go check out this potential filming location. It might even give me some inspiration for the new script.
I'll leave this to the Duke then. Until later, everyone. Maybe we'll run into each other on set.
Okay then. Lead the way, Wriothesley. Paimon's not built for suspense. Let's get this show on the road.
Who said anything about roads?
Very funny, Paimon. Should we meet again? Yeah, I love that. So the new location would be unlocked. It's called Wingalet. But where is the Wingalet? Found it! Is this location right here. This has happened like the past few patches ago. We didn't see this until now. But if it comes in entire time for this Wingalet, so might be have to go check this out in later on. But yeah, this is the starting point with that thing. So we're just gonna do the Wingalet at this time. So yeah, maybe I can go there, but I can go with somewhere. But why try to figure it out this one? And maybe I'll go there someday. And that is it for the festival for this one. If you want to check it out, I suggest get it grinded before we can move on. So yeah. Next one is the moon. I will be mentioning it for what's going on. If you pay attention for your streaming for like twitch.tv.arizomega7, I did a lot of clips behind on that time over here because we have reaction to this side of the screen right here. And look at this. There's so much to explore with, and there are lots of the bunch of varieties, such as like there's like more the things that came from. But I did a little exploring for a little bit because of the moon is especially big space all around exploration. I did most of it, like for this one, I did a lot in the exploring progress is 41%. I need to get to reach 80, but I'm curiosity of this one is this why did they have a space here on this line with some red zone that I haven't went there before. That's been teased up later at the time if you saw something in that time. I'm not sure to complete it because look at this. I'm gonna have to do everything on once. I did to see Golden Hall, but that's also story lore spoilers if you pay attention at this one. So you're gonna see the Moon Sisters right here, but you have to see encounter by story quests and everything. You should go to back with some Notcar quests and follow up which we're gonna go. So that's the way we can get the information for this one. And you can see we're still not done in this moon progress and everything. Especially the dark side of the moon, including with this. Like wow, that is a huge map right here. But we're almost getting close this one. That's kind of funny. There's lots of the more to explore, but look at this. Like we still have to get available to grab to what unlock was gonna use this one because I'm not sure where we're gonna get those ones in this time, but I did grab some a lot in the meantime. So if you've seen this, go check it. But seeing this is gonna be like a good that one. So, but I'm really excited to tell you this will be the last update before new area. And look, she's hopping around too excited right now, right? Right, Prune? Yeah, she is excited. So, we're gonna need some couple things before the next patch will be coming. So, let's gonna talk about what's next. I heard there's gonna be 2 new characters from the Drift Market in 7.0 that will be coming up really shortly at the month. Like they're gonna start it with an early before August, and then you see what's gonna uses for the next destination could be a final one or something one last thing. But yeah, for the past over years throughout this journey, and we didn't know with this side of the area of the space, like we're inside the moon, could be something. But I can't wait to see the Shnaya because they will get encountered by a lot of something we didn't get it before, and more quests on behind with something what's gonna happen to Harbingers. Because if you remember, is the Harbingers came in peace. I thought there was a word that like the bad guys were some sort, but if you pay attention to story spoiler, you might have to encounter something. Which side are you on, so to make sure we can save the world against the evil plot? That will be something in particular. So far, we have 4 of them are recruited as a playable are Child, Wanderer, Arlecchino, and now Sandrone. And then because with the counted as 5 is the Colombina, because it's now part of the Archon. It was like, okay, that's also count as a Fatui Harbinger. That's a total of 5 playables. Because I thought it was like it's gonna be another something for Colombina, but turns out she did withdrawn from the Fatui Harbinger just to focus on whatever is keeping safe is the best idea to protect it. Besides we have 2 friendships with Arlecchino and Sandrone, if you know, in this particular time. And if you watch the final GIF, you might have to see what's happening. But let's get another one mentioned what we're gonna do, or we can settle this up. If you want to continue with the story, I suggest you keep on lore around this in the Genshin Impact animation video, and we'll see what's happening. Like, some people are really hard to describe. The other one is honored with dignity. The other one was the corrupted evil is done. And finally, we have to figure out what we're gonna do with the rest of them in the Harbingers. We'll figure out what's gonna do. I heard this in the video, and there's a Coachella is the court order from the for the Fontaine, if you know it. But we can see the other one as well from the with the guy who has with the eye patch or something, but excited to see it. And honestly, I could have done with all of this in video in just only a few milestones ahead. Like, since I started with the first time ever I did recorded, or very recent is that we tried it out with some to experiment with, but we can a lot of things appreciate to thanks to everyone to haven't seen or haven't seen yet on this journey behind with all this gacha game. But I'm not gonna lie, because it's like this is the first ever I got the gacha game since that in the first time, like during in pandemic, and the first time we played, like, oh, there's a new game to start, and like there's just a lot of venture it. And but look at this, we got a lot of progress. Currently characters on everything, several characters has been like more than last time. And then we have a special guest from the Genshin Impact, was the Aloy. Thanks for that. I wonder what's gonna be another secret surprise in this entire journey. Will they keep on going before they're gonna say? But thank you so much for the Genshin Impact community and the other people around the world. That's much appreciated and waiting, because I thought it was like, oh, Genshin is really a good game, but it's different meaning for everyone. But if you have missing in action, well, good luck, gotcha catch-uppers, because this is gonna be a one game that never miss forever until a very, very long time to catch up, because look at all the characters you miss. Because you were busy at work or something, or you forgetting again you don't remember every single one of them. That's okay too, but you might go check up and catch up. If you mean heck, check up and catch up, but that's different, same thing as usual. But yeah, that just said, that will be it for the Lunar 8 in Genshin Impact. I almost forgot to say.
Oh, just you wait, Alice. You can hide as long as you want, but I'll find you sooner or later.
And Prune is still looking for Alice. Yeah, exactly that point, Prune. Where is Alice? Used to be playable, but who knows what's going on? But I've seen a lot of characters, but the only one is character is this. I'm so happy that they didn't know where are coming to next one, so it will be interesting. But yeah, whack up the hammer for me, will ya? But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hope you enjoyed this new content and some summer event, and also moon jumping, like for Prune is excited for. Just remember, the small characters can enjoy as well, especially tall characters and medium can enjoy as well, and especially Harbingers only we can join as well. Yep, that would be good. So, this will be the last patch before the new area, and I will see you the next area on the update for 7.0. And may the moon protects us and guide us. Especially hammers. Yes. And bouncing around the world. So, good luck to all of you. And I will see you the next area. Then, and hopefully there's gonna be a lot of changes going on. And have a good summer, everybody, and I will see you next time.